Did you defeat the devil today? Or did you wake up, react, get distracted, delay, and call that life? The devil doesn't show up with horns. He acts when you don't decide, when you think too much and execute too little. Every time you delay in action, he wins. Now, see 10 practical ways to defeat him today. 1. A mind without command drifts automatically. The human mind does not stand still waiting for direction. When you don't take conscious control, it switches to automatic mode. In that state, you don't choose. You react. You react to old habits, external stimuli, momentary emotions, and invisible pressures. This is the default state of most people. Busy, tired, full of thoughts, but without real direction. They are not lost due to lack of ability, but due to lack of command. A mind without clear orders will always be ruled by fear or comfort. Indecision is the main weapon of self-sabotage. Indecision is not prudence. It is an elegant way to avoid responsibility. While you don't decide, you protect your ego. You don't fail, you don't make mistakes, you don't expose yourself, but you also don't move forward. The mind prefers to keep everything open because it creates the illusion of control. In practice, it consumes time, energy, and identity. An imperfect decision executed always beats a perfect decision delayed. Fear does not block action. Lack of action creates fear. Fear is not born before movement. It grows in the gap between intention and execution. The longer you think without acting, the more the mind fabricates scenarios, risks, and excuses. Fear feeds on emptiness. Interestingly, courage almost always appears after action, never before. Action reduces fear. Excessive thinking strengthens it. For a defined purpose forces the mind to cooperate. The mind does not create focus on its own. It follows orders. When there's no defined purpose, mental energy disperses. You start many things and finish few. Purpose is not inspiration. It is operational direction. Those who don't decide where they're going end up serving other people's goals. 5. Adversity is the environment where the mind truly thinks. Comfort anesthetizes. Pressure awakens. It is in adversity that fantasy collapses and reality takes over. Crisis force prioritization, clarity, and strategy. Every temporary failure carries an embedded instruction. Ignoring that instruction creates repetition. Extracting it creates progress. Adversity is not punishment. It is a forced learning environment. 6. The other self is the post-decision mental state. The so-called other self is not something mystical. It is the mental state that emerges once the decision is made and fear loses its veto power. In this state, there is no more internal negotiation. The mind stops arguing and starts executing. Confidence does not come first. It is built after movement. When the decision is firm, the mind obeys. 7. Repeated thought becomes identity. The mind accepts as truth whatever is repeated without challenge. When you say, "This is just who I am," over and over, it stops being a description and becomes a prison. Identity is not destiny. It is crystallized mental habit. Unquestioned thoughts shape behavior. Repeated behavior shapes who you believe you are. An unchallenged thought becomes a permanent limit. 8. Automatic rules beat willpower. Willpower is limited. Rules are stable. Every decision that becomes a rule stops consuming mental energy. Less internal debate. Less wear and tear. More consistency. Consistent execution is born from automation, not motivation. A clear rule eliminates daily negotiation. 9 metrics expose the truth the ego hides. Without metrics, the brain invents progress. Feeling is not evidence. You can feel productive and not be moving forward. You can feel exhausted and still not have done what matters. Metrics confront the internal narrative and force honesty. What is not measured becomes a comfortable illusion. 10 knowledge without action strengthens the internal enemy. Learning without applying trains the mind to ignore commands. Every unexecuted idea weakens internal authority. Knowledge that does not turn into action becomes dead weight. A sophisticated excuse to remain the same. Learning only exists when it generates observable behavior. If there is no action within the next 24 hours, nothing was learned. You are not dominated by external forces. You are dominated when you fail to govern your own mind. Decision breaks the cycle. Action builds faith. Consistency defeats any internal enemy. Without action today, all of this